Before we jump into today's episode, I want to take a moment to say this. Safety isn't about checklists, policies, or paperwork. It's about people. Welcome to Safety on Purpose, the podcast where we challenge traditional safety thinking and explore what it really takes to protect people, build trust, and lead with intention. I'm your host, Joe Garcia, and each episode we dive into real conversations about leadership, culture, human behavior, and the moments that shape how work actually gets done. If you believe safety should be human-centered, practical, and purpose-driven, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Now let's get into today's conversation. This episode is a little different. Today isn't about best practices. It isn't about compliance. And it definitely isn't about pretending we've done everything right. Today, it's about mistakes. The kind you don't see in textbooks, the kind no one warns you about, the kind that almost every safety professional makes early in their career and then carries quietly for years. Welcome to Safety on Purpose, Mentor Moments. These episodes are about slowing down, reflecting, and learning from experience, especially the hard parts. If you're early in your safety career, well, this episode's for you. And if you've been doing this for a long time, my guess is you're going to recognize what I'm talking about today. Why early mistakes hit so hard in safety. Safety, let's face it, it's different than most professions. Because when we make mistakes, the stakes feel a lot heavier. People can get hurt. Careers can be damaged. Trust can be lost quickly and regained very slowly. And early in your career, you're trying to prove you belong, show competence, be taken seriously. That pressure sets stage for some very predictable mistakes. The good news, most early career safety mistakes, they're not fatal to people or to your career, but only if you recognize them and recover correctly. So let's talk about the most common ones. Mistake number one, trying to prove yourself too fast. This one usually shows up in the first few months. You come in energized, motivated, ready to make change. So you rewrite policies, call out unsafe acts, correct people constantly, and roll out new training. You're not wrong with any of these moves. You're just too early. The mistake isn't caring too much. The mistake is confusing action with influence. How do we recover? We have to slow down, listen more than you talk. Observe before you correct. Ask questions instead of giving answers. Influence in safety isn't built on authority. It's built on trust and understanding. If you've already gone too fast, own it. Say, I realized I came in trying to fix things before fully understanding them. That honesty resets more trust than perfection ever will. Mistake number two, hiding behind OSHA. Early in your career, OSHA feels like armor. You quote regulations, you reference standards, you lean on compliance to back your position. And compliance, let's face it, it matters, right? Using OSHA as your primary leadership tool, whenever conversation starts with OSHA says, people, well, they stop listening to you. They hear enforcement, not care. So how do we recover from this? Shift the conversation from rules to risk. Explain what could go wrong, who gets hurt, and why it matters. Use OSHA as a foundation, not a weapon. If you already built a reputation as the rule enforcer, start rebuilding by explaining the why behind the rule.
Let's take a quick break.
Let me pause here for just a moment, because what we're talking about right now is exactly why Safety on Purpose exists. Too often, safety becomes about rules instead of relationships, compliance instead of conversations, and metrics instead of meaning. This podcast was created to challenge that mindset, to shift safety from something we enforce to something we live. Whether you're a safety professional, supervisor, or a leader at any level, my goal is simple: to help you protect people with intention, not just policy. If today's conversation resonated with you, do me a favor, follow the show. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And join us as we continue building a safer culture, one conversation at a time. All right, let's get back to the show. Mistake number 3, confusing compliance with safety. This mistake is subtle and dangerous. Everything looks good. Training completed, procedures written, forms filled out, but reality doesn't match the paperwork. Early career safety pros often assume if it's compliant, it must be safe. Compliance is a baseline, not the goal. So how do we recover from this? Get out of the office. Watch work being done. Ask people what actually works. Pay attention to the workarounds. When reality doesn't match the program, fix the system, not the worker. Mistake number 4, avoiding conflict to stay liked. This one, well, it hurts to admit. You see something unsafe, but you hesitate. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to upset production. You don't want conflict, so you stay quiet. And over time, people learn safety, it's flexible when pressure shows up. So how do we recover from this? Being respected matters more than being liked. But respect doesn't come from being harsh. It comes from being consistent. If you've avoided hard conversations, start having them calmly, privately, respectfully. Say, I should have addressed this earlier. That's on me. Ownership builds credibility. Mistake number 5, taking pushback personally. When production pushes back, early career safety pros often feel attacked. You think, they don't value safety. They don't respect me. They're undermining my role. Most of the time, that's not what's happening. They're under pressure as well. So how do you recover? Separate pressure from intent. Acknowledge constraints. Listen before responding. Focus on problem solving instead of winning. When people feel understood, they're more open to change. Mistake number 6, thinking one mistake defines your career. This one is quiet but heavy. You miss something, you make a bad call, an incident happens, and you think, I'm not cut out for this. Here's the truth. Every experienced safety professional has a story like this. The difference isn't whether you make mistakes, it's whether you learn and grow from them. So how do we recover? You've got to reflect honestly. Seek mentorship. Own your role without self-destruction. Growth comes from humility, not perfection. If you're early in your safety career, let me tell you something I wish someone had told me. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You will make mistakes. You will misread situations. You will learn the hard way sometimes. That doesn't make you a bad safety person. It makes you human. The goal isn't to avoid mistakes. The goal is to recover with integrity, humility, and purpose. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Safety isn't about perfection. It's about intention. It's about the choices we make, the conversations we have, and the people we choose to protect every single day. If today's episode challenged your thinking, encouraged you, or simply made you pause and reflect, that means the conversation is working. Safety on Purpose exists to help leaders and safety professionals move beyond compliance and build trust rooted in accountability and care. If you found value in this episode, please take a moment to follow or subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts, and consider sharing it with someone who leads people or influences culture. New episodes of Safety on Purpose are released bi-weekly with bonus content throughout the year designed to equip, challenge, and inspire the next generation of safety leaders. And remember, safety doesn't happen by accident. It happens on purpose. I'm Joe Garcia. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.